God. What was that?
My name is Hannah Lee. I'm 14 years old. I live in a small town in North Carolina where the biggest event of the year is the church's Christmas play, and I've played an angel in it for 6 years straight. I guess it fits. I've always been the quiet one, a little too gentle. That's what my teachers say. I don't talk much in class. I'm the kind of kid who eats lunch facing the wall. Not because I want to disappear, but because some days that just feels safer. Now I live with my grandma. She's 82, always wears a floral apron, smells like cinnamon and ointment. She raised my mom, and now she's raising me. I think that's love, when the world breaks and someone still reaches out, even with shaking hands. My dad died in a car accident when I was 4. My mom never remarried. She once said, "One love is enough if it's the right one." My mom passed away when I was 9. She had ovarian cancer. At first, the doctors said we had time, said treatment might work, and we believed them. She still painted her nails, wore colorful scarves, and smiled like her heart wasn't breaking inside. But the pain got worse. The nights grew quieter. One Sunday morning, she looked at me from her bed and said, "Sweetheart, your dad is waiting for me. I'm going to see him now." And then she really did go. I was there. I held her hand. And when she left, it felt like the room folded in, like someone turned off the sun. I used to pray every night for a miracle, not something huge. I wasn't asking for her to be healed or for angels to show up in the kitchen. I just wanted one more Saturday morning with pancakes, with her humming hymns while she cooked. One more day to hear her say, "Come sit with me." But after she passed, the house just stayed quiet. People brought food. They said she's in a better place, and then they left. It was just me and Grandma. She moved in the day after the funeral with a suitcase and a Bible. She never cried, not once. But every night, after the lights were off, I heard her whispering to God in the dark. That first year passed like a blur. I quit choir, I stopped singing. I wore Mom's old hoodie to school every day, even on the hottest days. It smelled like her, until it didn't. One morning, I was sitting on the back porch, watching the sun rise. Grandma brought me a warm glass of milk and sat beside me. We didn't speak for a long time. Then she asked, "Do you know what heaven looks like, Hannah?" I shook my head. She pointed to the sky and said, "Heaven is light. It's everything we've lost, but more beautiful." That was the first time I looked up without being angry. A few weeks later, Grandma had a bad cough and seemed weak. I asked if she was okay. She smiled and said, "Maybe the Lord's just testing my lungs." That was the first time I truly felt scared. Scared that I might lose the only person I had left. Sometime after that, I started to feel lost. I prayed a lot, but everything stayed quiet. One classmate once said, "God isn't real." That day, I didn't eat lunch. I sat behind the school, hugging my knees, saying nothing. That night, I opened Mom's closet looking for an old scarf. I don't know why, but I found her Bible instead. Inside was a photo, just the two of us at the lake, sunburned but smiling big. Next to it, a small note written in shaky blue pen. "If you ever feel lost, sing. He'll find you." I didn't understand. I hadn't sung in so long. My voice felt buried. But that note, it kept calling to me. That night, I crawled into Grandma's bed and whispered, "Grandma, does God still hear me, even now?" She pulled me close and said, "Sweetheart, even the deepest silence is full of Him listening." The first time I sang again, it was in secret. I was home alone after school. The sun was setting, casting golden stripes through the kitchen blinds. I stood where Mom used to rinse vegetables and hummed a melody. Soft, shaky, barely there. It wasn't even a song I remembered, it just came out. And suddenly I wasn't standing in a kitchen anymore. I was standing in something bigger, warmer. Like light itself was wrapping around me. And in that moment, I felt her. Not like a ghost, not in some dream, but real, like breath still in my chest. When the song ended, I sat down on the kitchen floor and cried. But not the kind of crying that feels lost. It was the kind that feels like someone just wrapped their arms around you. That night, I told Grandma I wanted to join the choir again. She didn't say a word, just walked to her room and came back with a small velvet box. Inside was Mom's silver locket. I had nearly forgotten it. Inside the locket was a folded piece of paper, edges soft from time. It simply said, "God's not done." And in that moment, I knew I wasn't done either. Sometimes, I still cry at night, not because I'm angry, but because I remember the smell of lemon and lotion on Mom's hands, her voice when she prayed, gentle like a blanket. I miss her. Every single day. But I've stopped asking, why did she have to go? Now I ask, what would she want me to do with the time I still have? And I think she'd say shine. So today I stand here, not to be famous, not to impress anyone, but because this is the one place I believe someone might really listen, a place where I can sing, not just with my voice, but with my whole heart. Because I believe heaven isn't just some far-off place with clouds and angels. Heaven is light. And every time we choose love over fear, every time we lift someone else up, every time we sing with tears in our eyes but hope in our chest, we bring a little piece of heaven into this world. And if somewhere out there, there's a child crying alone in the dark like I once did, then tonight, I sing for them.
I used to hide behind the wall, afraid to speak, afraid to fall. My voice was small, the world so wide, but I kept all my tears inside. I wore her sweater every day, hoping her scent would somehow stay. I searched for God in empty skies, but silence met my every cry. Then came a note in ink so blue. It said, just sing, he'll come to you. Find me in the light, where the hurting turns to hope, where the softest prayers are heard. When the world feels far too cold, I will sing with all I am. From the shadows into flight, if you're lost and all alone,
ಆദ്യം തത്ത something ಬಂದಿರೋಟಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ವಾದಿಕಿಲ್ಲ
I'll be singing in the light.
Thank you, truly, from the deepest part of me. When I lost my mom, I thought my voice disappeared with her. I thought the silence would last forever. But tonight, standing here, singing to all of you, I felt something I haven't felt in a very long time. I felt seen, not just by the lights or the stage, but by hearts, maybe like yours, that have known what it means to lose, to ache, and still hope anyway. I didn't come here tonight to be famous. I came because I had a song in me that didn't want to stay silent anymore. And I believed maybe someone out there needed to hear it. If you've ever walked through a dark season, if you've ever whispered a prayer, not knowing if anyone heard, I want you to know you are not alone. Sometimes all it takes is one moment of grace, one voice, one small miracle to bring us back to life. So I want to ask you something. Was there ever a time in your life when something or someone saved you? A word, a hug, a melody, a stranger's kindness? If there was, would you share it? Because your story could be the light someone else is praying for right now. Thank you for hearing mine.